My name is David, and I've set myself a challenge to photograph all 244 of UK resident bird species. I invite you to join me on this journey, from city parks to coastal cliffs, capturing the moments, the challenges and the experiences along the way. If you like to follow along, subscribe and be part of the journey. This is a challenge of patience, learning and discovery. So settle in and enjoy the episode. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 17. Now in today's video we're not in our usual outdoors, we're currently at home, and a few weeks ago we went to Elmley and some other locations in the Isle of Sheppey, so I thought it would be a very good way for us to kind of do something a little bit different, as I didn't get to vlog as much as I wanted to. So we'll do a few little flashbacks here and there, and I'll kind of give you a review of how the day went, because it started off as not so great on one of our worst bird days to one of our best bird days ever. So before we get into the video, I kind of just wanted to showcase something that I created for myself, and I've been doing this since I started photography back in 2016, but back then I used to do fashion photography. So I do these little lookbooks, and this is my volume 1 of my birds. I've only started bird photography since May this year, and then it just has kind of like some of my favourite shots that I've taken throughout the year, and I highly recommend this to anyone who's just started or has been doing this for a long time. It's just a good way to look back on, you know, on your progress and how things have gone. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll leave the link down below with the company that I did this with. But yeah, anyways, let's get to the video. Okay, so our day started beautifully. We travelled from London all the way to the Isle of Sheppey, specifically Elmley Nature Reserve. Now it was sunny. There was like a layer of fog. There was no wind. It was literally perfect conditions for the target birds that we were after, and that was the little owl, but also the short-eared owl. Now with the short-eared owl, we know that it only comes out later on throughout the day, and I was happily wanting to spend the whole day at Elmley. So it started off great. The weather's perfect, and the first bird that we see, thank you to another photographer there at the reserve, it was the little owl at the old abandoned school that's there. Pretty much as soon as you come out the car park, you take a left and you'll literally be there.
Come to the day, you can see it beautiful, you make your eye. Where the white bricks are.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just say, make sure you stay on the path. If you go any closer, it goes. How did we miss that?
That start couldn't have been better. Our 2 target birds, and we already hit one. Now we spent about, I think maybe 2 hours at Elmley before we had left to go somewhere else. It got really quiet, and the only other birds that we really got a chance to photograph was a stone chant, but also a goldfinch. We saw birds like marsh harriers, kestrels, and also a buzzard, but unfortunately they were either way too far away or it was just a quick drive-by. But yeah, after that we ended up heading to the RSPB Raptor viewpoint, and I do have to say a massive thank you to the 2 lovely people which I met at Elmley. I don't know if they want me to mention their names, but I'll leave their social media handles for you guys to check them out. Super lovely, and they actually taught me quite a lot about birds, as they've been doing it for a very long time, so super happy to meet them. But yeah, we went to the Raptor viewpoint, and at this point I'm going to pass it on to past David, and he's going to kind of give you an update on how things are going. Okay, the quality might be a little bit rubbish right now because the sun's right behind me and I'm backlit, but we have come to the RSPB Raptor viewpoint. We've left Elmley. It was very quiet today. I mean, apart from the little owl, we didn't really get much. So I said, while we're here in the area, we'll come down here and see what's up. So I mean, it is absolutely stunning. So yeah, I mean, we have seen some few kestrels, we've seen a buzzard, but we haven't been able to capture any photos yet because we weren't able to stop in the car. But fingers crossed, we can get some cool shots. Oh, I'm on video mode. Do one circle, please. Oh, look at that. Okay, so as you can see, the Raptor viewpoint gave us some really cool shots of specifically the marsh area, which kind of flew by, but there wasn't much happening there. And at this moment in time, I was kind of feeling very disheartened. It was very early on during the day as well, so we only had been there for maybe, in total, from getting to Emley to then the Raptor viewpoint, only a few hours. And yeah, I honestly was feeling like, what do I do? Where do I go next? Because I'm not very familiar with this place. But I was at a point where, you know, I had really high expectations. I've seen all these videos and read all these things about Elmley Nature Reserve, but maybe I just didn't spend enough time there, or maybe I went at the wrong time of the year, or just at the wrong time of the day. I don't know, but there is definitely somewhere that I will actually go again and give it another go. But we actually tried one more place, and this again was recommended by the two lovely people that I met at the Elmley Nature Reserve, and I'm going to keep this location disclosed. I'm not one to gatekeep, nor do I like gatekeeping stuff. If I have knowledge, I like to share it. But from what I've seen and read, when it comes to photographing specific birds and how people don't respect distance and the birds themselves, I will keep this this part of the video disclosed. I mean, if you can see from the footage that you're about to see, if you recognise it, you recognise it. But if you don't, but yeah. Anyways, back to past David. It's back. Oh, this is so awesome. Okay, so as you can see, we got an amazing encounter with a shorted owl. Now, at first glance, I thought it was maybe a kite that came really low because it found something on the ground, but I just couldn't pinpoint it. And bear in mind, I've never seen a shorted owl in real life, specifically flying. So I thought, wait, and we got closer, and I was like, no, that's an owl. So I jumped out of the car. Luckily there was no cars behind in the middle of the road, and my friend went to park up, and I quickly just ran to like the bit where the fence was, and the owl was just circling the field. Unfortunately, the pictures were backlit, so I wasn't really sure if I was getting any of them in focus. I was just firing away. But I will put up the before and the after, and with the thumbnail you've probably seen what the photo looks like already, but it honestly was an amazing experience and I loved every single second of it. But it gets better. So at this point, some members of the public walk through the park. It is a public park. Walks through the park with their dog, so the owl vanishes. And my mindset was, okay, well, this is now a perfect opportunity for me to get in a better position. I want the sun to be behind me in between the sun and the owl, so the sun will light up the owl for me, and then I can get everything nice and crisp. So I did just that. I went and ended up finding another photographer. Again, I'll put their credentials and the Instagram credentials. That's such a weird word. I'll put their Instagram on screen here. And we were waiting and waiting and waiting, and I think we waited about 40 minutes before something else turns up. Now at this point, I was too tunnel visioned that I completely forgot to even turn on my vlogging camera so I can get some POV footage, and I was so in the moment that everything else kind of just like became blank. So we were waiting there for about 40 minutes, and I see this white bird just fly by, and I was like, is that a barn owl? And we were waiting, because it was behind a bush at this point. We were waiting and waiting and waiting, and out of nowhere, a barn owl appears. Literally, in one day, we got to see 3 owls, 3 different owl species, and the barn owl was flying so close, and I mean so close. And I put a series of pictures here where it was diving, and it managed to catch a vole or a mouse, and it was there again for maybe a good few minutes, and it was just hunting, but it was hunting more on the side that we were on, so it was coming really close. It caught something, and then it vanished. And then out of nowhere, guess who returns? The shorted owl returns. At this point, the shorted owl is mainly just hunting and flying further away from us, where I was originally when I got out of the car, and it was mainly hunting there. But then the barn owl comes too, so for a brief, maybe 2 minutes, maybe even a minute actually, the barn owl plus the shorted owl were both hunting in the same space with each other, and I literally lost it. My brain malfunctioned. I went blank. I didn't know who to target, who to shoot. So yeah, so it was, I just can't describe it. It started off really slow, really quiet, and it became one of the best actually the best birding days I've ever had. So yeah, that was pretty much our trip. Okay, so just to finish off the video, it is now the Christmas holidays, and it's the final stretch until the end of the year, so I'm not too sure how much I'm going to be able to upload. I am planning to go out at least one more time before Christmas, and that is to Stainsmoor. If I do manage to get out, there'll be one more episode before Christmas. If I don't, then I wish you all a Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. If you don't, Happy Holidays. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the new year with more episodes, and also better locations. I don't know, but it's just going to be magical, I know it. But yeah, spring is probably going to be an amazing time. Anyways, I'm just talking now. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.